Hey everyone, Alex here. It's day 22 of me reading classical advertisements, how to find arts to perfect my American accent. So today we are still reading from the Eugene Schwartz series. So this is a series from Eugene Schwartz, and this particular sales letter is titled At Last, a well-known, widely experienced practicing attorney shows you how to avoid lawyers. So I'll switch up my tab so that we take it from here. Alrighty. So it says, class, a well-known, widely experienced practicing attorney shows you how to avoid lawyers. A breakthrough in a breakthrough in frank self-help advice that the public has long deserved from the legal profession, so that you can stop running scared in legal matters, so that you can protect your rights, avoid traps, handle legal papers with surety and safety, take the inside track in handling the legal backbone of your life, often at a tremendous saving in time, worry, and lawyers' fee. Yes, at last, a successful attorney in down to earth, non technical language shows you how you often can avoid lawyers and yet keep yourself in a towering position of strength in almost any legal situation. This practicing lawyer, formerly a special assistant state attorney general and a legal officer in the Air Force, has done a long needed job. He has clearly condensed the basic methods and techniques that accounts for a large percentage of most legal advice. So you get this advice from a practicing attorney, made easy to understand and easy to use almost as swiftly and surely as though you had gone to your own lawyer and had written check for his fee. See for yourself at no risk what to do, say, sign, and not sign. When you are offered a business proposition, when you climb out of a wrecked car, when you need a mortgage, when you when you owe money, and dozens more. All right, so I'm just looking for the next page. It seems after when you owe money, we go straight to we go straight here. So when you are offered a business proposition, when you climb out of a red car, when you need a mortgage, when you owe money, dot dot dot, and dozens more. How to proceed, what to offer, what to take, how to come out on top in course of business, domestic and personal situations, along with special checklists to guide you step by step and a great money saving collection of ready to use forms of many kinds. But let me give you an idea of the vast breadth and depth of this straightforward backbone legal advice, and especially how it is keyed to the thin life situations that cause the great majority of legal work. Number one, so you were in an accident, how to handle the claims adjuster, how to make sure your own doctor does the right thing, get double pay for lost time legally, and get double pay for lost time legally. when and how to settle a claim, what to do if there is no insurance, and a great deal more that you need to know. Number two, so you are going to buy a house. When can you get by on an informal contract? And when is it dangerous? Is the seller entitled to 15%, 10%, 5%? When percentage is when percentage as a deposit? What to look for in the mortgage is put put it in your wife's name. Good advice. Title insurance, deeds, how to handle the closing, and a great deal more that you need to know. Number three, so you are going to sell your house. Should you pay an agent a reasonable fee? What fee? The discount trap. Second mortgage, do's and don'ts. How to avoid paying points on money the buyer borrows. So how to avoid paying points on the money the buyer borrows. Tax savings you can make when you take a deposit. Great aid at little or no cost from your bank. And a great deal more that you need to know. So number four, so you think you want a divorce. Quick checklist of legal grounds. Lump sum, alimony, good or bad. What to do if your spouse won't sign. Can both parties be guilty? Holding down your costs, ins and outs of child custody. When should you settle for a legal separation? And a great deal more that you need to know. So you're wondering about a will. Should you or shouldn't you avoid probate? How to avoid double tax on your estate? When can a spouse break a will? Guidelines in gauging the needs of your children, passing property outside a will. Do you need a will at all? Trusts that save taxes, and a great deal more that you need to know. Number six, so you are going into business. Will you be best off with a corporation, partnership, individual proprietorship? What is good or bad about owning other stocks? Choosing a business name, dangers of a 4951 stock split, the act of collecting your bills, buy and sell agreements, partnership trip ups, and a great deal more that you need to know. Number seven, so you owe money and can't pay. What are your rights if you make partial payments? How you sh- how you often can keep your car from being attached? Debts not discharged by bankruptcy. Should you ever give a creditor a post-dated check? Can you legally hide your property? The technique that gets you time and patience. And a great deal more you need to know. Number eight, so you are going to be a witness. How to handle yourself when you face a smart lawyer. Things not to say or do. How to make a favorable impression. How to handle leading questions. Make a deposition. Getting extra fees for being a witness. How to save a contradiction in your testimony. And a great deal more you need to know. Number nine, so the state wants your property. Do you need an appraisal? What damages can you claim? Should you go to court? Should you ever take what you are offered? If you must have an attorney, can you regain his fees and cost? Can you ever stop them from taking your property? And a great deal more that you need to know. Number 10, so you're having work done on your house. How to find a reliable contractor. Jokers to watch for in your contract. how to protect yourself against l- lies, argument with the contractor. You can you can win. What if a line is failed? Do's and don'ts when you have work done. Watch out for the advertising special trick. Favorite ways to get cheated. And a great deal more that you need to know. And here we have some important notes here. It says how to avoid lawyers. Important notes. Do you need to buckle down and study? Do you don't have to read more than one page. In many cases, to know why you are in trouble, why you may get in trouble, how to get out of trouble, how to win in scores of business, personal and business situations. No need to settle down and study this book. It is set from first to last for instant action. So here we have this illustration of the book here, and I believe that this place is what we call the column. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so plus one more crucial chapter: how to help your lawyer help you. A complete chapter on how to know when you really need a lawyer and how to find a good lawyer and get the most out of his services. So, on that special occasion, when you do need a lawyer, you don't have to deal with him as a bewildered amateur. You'll be a man who knows the ropes. For example, when your lawyer, what your lawyer can do for you, how to help him do it, how to tell a fair fee from an unfair fee, simple procedures that make fee savings on top of fee savings, while you save your lawyer vast amount of time in trouble and help him win victories. It took inside it took inside information to write how to avoid lawyers. The inside okay. So it took inside information to write how to avoid lawyers. The inside legal information of an attorney who knows how often a layman can handle his own case with excellent results. It took the legal know how of a man who is willing to tell you how to get expert help, often free, from realtors, insurance agents, and others. How to know instantly when another person is taking an unfair advantage, how to shop for a better loan or mortgage or home improvement contract, and important, how to stay inside the law and yet give yourself many dollars and cents legal advantages that can make an enormous difference in your life. Would you pay $1,000 to have this troubleshooting guide on your decks at your fingertips? So the anchor here $1,000. Would you pay $2,000 for its easy to use advice, especially arranged for instant action? You are invited to read and use How to Avoid Lawyers for one full month without risking a cent. Should you decide for any reason to return the book, your purchase price will be immediately, fully, and cheerfully refunded. Order at once. Send a coupon for a no risk copy. See far, far more than you can tell. See far, far more than we can tell you here. Order today, and we have the mail order check here. And before we go, we have another column here. It says that they tried to stop us and failed. Sued for principle. LI attorneys fail at bar. Ad for book on shunning lawyers. An auction, an action brought by two Long Island lawyers seeking to halt what they claimed was disparaging and false advertising for a book entitled How to Avoid Lawyers has been dismissed in state Supreme Court. The court dismissed the motion for an injunction on the ground that the lawyers failed to show to a course of action. The author, an attorney in Florida, was not a defendant. The court said in its decision published today under Supreme Court, Nassau County, there is no showing that the plaintiff have been defamed. If Libel there there was this to be true, it was not sufficiently particular to constitute a libel of the plaintiff. The attorney, who is in part- partnership with his son, said he brought the action out of principle in behalf of himself, his profession, after seeing the advertisement in the paper. Somebody had to do something, he said, the attorney. The attorney said he was particularly annoyed by one part of the ad which said a breakthrough in frank self-help advice that the public has long deserved from the legal profession. From that you can stop running scared in legal matters so that you can protect your right, avoid traps, stop being cheated, handle legal papers with surety and safety, and take the inside track in handling the legal backbone of your business, often at a tremendous savings in time, worry, and lawyer fees. Underscore, yeah, it says we have removed names for obvious reasons. So I believe this column is like a POV of the entire art, the POV of the lawyer in the court in terms of is this something that a lawyer will put his name behind it. So it's a really creative art, especially for what it is and how the time that this was published in the 1990s or in the 80s. This is really crazy. One thing that they are doing here, they are giving the bullets, so 10 bullets for um, the offer. This is a book that they are selling, obviously, and here we have like it tells you exactly it paints that there's a lot of pinpoints. All these bullets here are pinpoints that people would want to do, especially if they wanted to hire lawyers. So it's really interesting to see this and see how like art advertisements has like improved over the decades, over the centuries to what we currently have. If we should get on a funnel right now, I believe it's still going to be the same. So that's like crazy for me to see how this is evolving in the space. And yeah, see you tomorrow.